What is up, peeps? It's currently 11 below zero. Just got home from work. It's been a rough couple days standing out in this stuff. I got asked about my Wart fly. I've been meaning to do a video on this for a little while. This is one of my newer stonefly patterns. It's on the old English style hook. It is no longer available, so you'll have to find a clink hammer. Even a caddis pupil hook will work just fine. The angle of the dangle on this thing, I've tied a lot of different stoneflies on this hook. It's kind of depressing. You can't find this thing anymore. If you can find them, let me know because I'm going to buy them out. I'm down to the last few of my 100 packs. But yeah, let's get started on this thing. This is size 10. We're going to do the Yellow Sally version. Obviously, way too big for a Yellow Sally, but it's more for viewing purposes. The one I have on a Yellow Sally is in a 14. Also a little large, but nothing too crazy. Or of a tractor, if you say. But yeah, let's dive into this thing. So let's get the trusty glasses on. Can't see shit anymore. Zoom in. There we go. All right, start off with some red thread. Vivus 8/0 is what I prefer. Go all the way down. I forgot to move this. With this particular hook, you really gotta move it a few times. So we're using red to create that egg sac in the back. It's definitely a really good attractor too. In the summer, we've been kind of waiting all winter for this type of weather, and it's finally here. Better late than never, I guess. Our mountains need it. Stillwater is going to dry up if it doesn't start dumping up there. No bueno. Get it. Use your resin. Whatever you got, whatever your flavor. We'll end up using this on the whole body, but I like to just get the egg sac out of the way. I also tie this Yellow Sally with a fluorescent orange, just for even more flashy flash. All right, so now for the rest of this body, I'm using a Cahill color. Pretty sure that's what color it is. Yeah, sure, we'll just say that. Vivus 8/0. Go to the back. Obviously, you can still see the red a little bit. No biggie. For the Yellow Sally, I use copper color wire for the body. For the ribs, Squallow would be more gold. Golden Stone would be more dark brown. I tried tying a salmon fly in this and it looked ridiculous. So this may just be for those smaller stones. I still wish my kids had come up with a better name than Wart, but it definitely stuck when they decided that this fly should be named Wart. Try to keep your segments the same as you wrap up. The top bend of the hook, this is where we'll get into a little bit more. I had to do a lot of trial and error to get this float right. with how I tie this. Helicopter. All right. So now's the time to add more resin. We'll go over the entire body. Start your bead off like you did with wood with some caulk. I just type a dab it on and then just slowly work my way around the whole body. This just secures the thread more than anything, and it makes it just look kind of cool as well. Woo-hoo. Give her the old 10 count. Most of you that are watching this, I would assume, have seen this on my Instagram. And this thing in the water, I don't know if you guys saw the cup video I did, but it floats so natural in the water. It looks badass. Nobody has taken this fly, so you're gonna have to tie them. Okay, Yellow Sally will use some natural deer hair for the wing. Sure you get all the extra hair off you can, all that under hair. All it does is make your bugs look like shikakis. Trying not to cuss as much as I usually do on these videos. All right, so we're gonna put this wing in right past the top of the bend on the top of the hook. And as I set it down, I want those tips to basically a little bit past the ass of that thing. So wrap it down tight, get through those hairs so you can really cinch it down. And we're in. So I like to cut this at an angle, makes it easier. Because this thing's all thread. There's no dub on this thing. I didn't get all that under hair done. So here's where you want to go through those fibers that you have left from cutting to really cinch that wing down. You want to maintain this taper from that hair down, just so you have a nice clean thorax, I guess you would want to say. All right. So we got that guy. So whatever color you are wanting to put underneath, this is how I'm matching my foam. So I kind of want some tan underneath. I don't want straight yellow. I know it's called a Yellow Sally, but the whole bug's not yellow. The actual wings are a little more iridescent colored. Can't find that in foam, so I'm going with light tan, yellow on top. That's my hot spot, so I can see that. I use the stonefly cutter in this. This is in the small, and it gives you the segments in the foam. So what we're gonna do is the very first segment after the body, that's where we're gonna cinch this sucker down, just like that. Okay. Get over the top, crank, 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 crank. And we're in. And this is when we want to tie our legs in. This is actually a super simple fly. Just takes Takes a little bit of work is all. So take your sexy floss or whatever legs you want to use. Or you put knots in it to fancy it up. Cut the front off. So we just want one leg coming out the back. And this sexy floss is wonky. Some of these things are really starting to get. Come on, Montana Fly Company, do better. So I'll match that on that side. And there is a trick to these legs as well. I actually was just talking to my buddy Jason last night because he was like, these legs were pissing me off. And I was like, well, when you tie these on, your inside, your closest to you leg, you just do an over knot like you would. And then this one, you do the opposite direction when you go to tie your knot. So instead of going behind it and over, you go over the top and back under. And it'll give you your legs so they look the same. Unless you don't care, then tie away. I'm pretty anal when it comes to this stuff. I don't want to be. Alright, so since we pretty much already built this up, I'm just going to taper it just a little bit more. And you don't want to get too close to the eye. Stay about, I don't know, 3 wraps back behind the eye. Come up over. And center down. Trim your excess off. All right. It's pretty simple, peeps. Get your sexy floss, do the same thing. So I'm doing the one back behind. So go over, under, and pull your knot. So when you put it on, it should be facing the way you want it to be. To the back. And we'll do under and over for the front one. And match your knots up so your legs are the same. And underneath to get a really good lock in. All right. So I trim my front legs shorter than the rest. Clearly. Boom. Buggyville. All right. So we'll take our resin to finish this guy off. We want to go over the top of the rest of that body. And just make sure she's nice and secure. Give that nice wet finish. Light it up. I'm pretty excited to see how this fish is. I got some squalus heading to my buddy Tom in Missoula. One of their big guides at Grizzly Hackle. See what he can come up with this winter. Or not winter. Well, I guess it's kind of winter when they come out. Yeah, pretty simple. The Wart. Pretty dope. Hopefully. Done no trial and error on it, but there you go. Happy cold Tuesday. Stay warm out there. Peace.